Hey, it's DamienJackson here, back with another video. I wanted to share this with y'all because I feel like this is really hilarious. I really pissed some people off. Wasn't my intention. I just said something. So here's my comment here. I'm on my Twitter and I responded in a comment to, or not a comment, I responded to a post by CNBC Now saying breaking President-elect Joe Biden wins electoral college vote, cementing his victory over Trump. All I said was, hey, it's wild that so many people in the comments have no idea what is taking place in our government. You're excited thinking Joe Biden won, yet ignoring all the corruption. We are literally witnessing a group of people trying to overthrow the President of the United States. So, before I get all into it, it doesn't matter if you like Trump or not. Doesn't matter if you like Joe Biden or not. This is not about politics at all. This is about the people that so-called want democracy, even though we're in more of a constitutional republic or a democratic republic. I don't know if people just don't understand the government or what goes on, but whatever. If you want your vote to count, then you should really be concerned about this election because clearly votes are not being counted correctly. Like, it's there. It doesn't matter if you don't like Trump. If you have morals and values and you're concerned about a free and fair election and you don't want to live in a banana republic, then you cannot overlook all the evidence. The forensic evidence from the Dominion voting machines that was the evidence, or I want to say evidence, that's not a good word. Evidence, the research, I can't think of the word right now. Oh well, whatever. As far as going on in Michigan, when they took apart the Dominion voting machine and saw that it had a 68% error rate, which is probably not what you want to have if you're trying to vote for President of the United States. Probably not a good idea. I guess we're just going to ignore too the people in Georgia, was it Fulton County, one of the counties in Georgia, pulling ballots out from underneath the table, even though they said they stopped counting ballots and stuff like that. But I wanted to highlight in this video the fact that people don't understand that through the media, through entertainment, through schools, through whatever, you are being conditioned to have a emotional response to words, to certain things, without even knowing it. And I think it's funny because you look at this is under my notifications, so many people like just went off on me, just got mad at me. So many people just got mad at me. As you see in this one clip, one person even called me a bitch. It's all saying I look weird. Like, man, why would you go out your way to message me this? I don't even know who you are. As we scroll down, one person misinterpreted what I was saying. I don't know if they did it on purpose, saying you're right. The shit Republicans try to pull by attempting to overturn the election, aka the will of the people, must be counted for, or must be accounted for. Republicans trying to overturn the election, they're not trying to overturn the election, they're trying to make sure the election is free and fair. And this is not a Republican Democrat. This is not a left versus right. This is not a liberal versus conservative. All these stupid, I don't want to call them stupid, but all these ideologies I don't even align myself with. So these people probably think I'm pro-Trump and all this other stuff. What I am is pro-freedom, hey, this is a country I live in, and these people are saying that we have these rights and freedoms and stuff. So I'm trying to hold them all accountable. I was always sketchy that my vote didn't count anyways. If you look at all these past elections, it makes you wonder, did your vote ever count? And this by now is tons of proof and evidence. But people really got mad. But there was also people with support. So I appreciate that. The reader's one comment says, it's wild that you think the entire government and people working on all of this do not know what they're doing. The POTUS has been trying to make false and bogus accusations as well as an attempted coup. Biden won, time to face the truth. And Biden didn't win. How did Biden win if he cheated? And it makes me wonder if people are okay with someone cheating. because some of these comments don't really, they just say there's no evidence, but it's like, did you actually take the time to look into the evidence? Did you actually take the time to look into what actual lawsuits there are? Because there's tons of lawsuits, but Trump only has 3 distinct lawsuits. And obviously, if you're paying attention, his whole goal is to have it denied to take it all the way to the Supreme Court. And that's not even mentioning the Insurrection Act. Let's not even go into that, because that probably goes over everybody's heads. But it's interesting too that all of a sudden this election is free and fair and so accurate. But the election in 2016 was not. It makes me laugh because I can tell this is all emotion. This is emotional response. It's all emotion. Everything's emotion. I believe somebody even got mad at me and basically was questioning whether or not, I'm not black enough. If you check out my podcast, which links are in the description, you hear me talk about race and stuff because, man, if you say something different, guess what? You're not black enough. I'm trying to figure out, man, where that one was. Some of this stuff, people just kept talking and talking. I just kept ignoring them because, to be honest, they got on my nerves because I was like, man, y'all just keep responding over and over. It says, we natives have a word for that. Apple, red on the outside, white on the inside. I don't know what you call it. And this is more of a race thing. Oh, see, we call it cooning. See? Coon. I was waiting. Here's the crazy thing, too. I made this comment last night around 6 o'clock. And the second I made it, bam. People just messaging. I'm getting tons of notifications. It's been going on nonstop now. Since like 6, 7 o'clock last night when I made this post. I'm cooking dinner for my kids. And then bam, I do this one little comment in between cooking dinner. And then whoo, everybody just got pissed off at me. This shit is hilarious. We call it cooning. Okay, what he says? He said, oh, he was trying to make a quote saying, I'm not racist, I have black friends. The black friend, which he's saying is me. And he's trying to say that, because for people who think all Republicans are racist, which I don't know how you think that and overlook Democrats or whatever, but whatever the case may be, because we want to ignore when Malcolm X said white liberals are racist. But okay, he was like, he's trying to say that, for the Republicans that say they have a black friend, like, oh, this is my black friend. I guess I'm the coon, I'm the Uncle Tom. And I asked, hey, am I not black enough? And then, do you have we natives have a word for that? Apple, red on the outside, white on the inside. I guess I'll be called an Oreo. I've been called that before in my life too. I'm an Oreo. And it was just call it cooning and oh man, this is funny. But I want to just point out how one comment can just have a whole bunch of range of emotions in people. I don't understand that. Why? Why get that mad over this? Why get so mad over my comment? All I'm saying is pay attention to what's going on. Like, there's some things going on in this country that you really should think of. One person clearly looked at my profile, which I thank him for, because maybe some of that free thinking you do can involve some intellect next time. Hey, thank you for checking out the profile. I really appreciate that. Hope you like the content that's on there. Make sure you go like and subscribe. That's what I should have told him. Man, it's crazy though. It's like, I guess I brought up something about Hunter Biden. I don't even know if I did that. I think I did. Let's see. I think I did. Yeah. Cause this person talking about Joe won, Don the Con lost, all is well. I said, yeah, because having Joe Biden in office, despite his investigation in Ukraine or Hunter Biden's legal issues, is a much better option than Trump. And then this person says, seeing, man, nips, raging nips. I didn't even pay attention to some of these people users names and ads and stuff, or whatever. Like, I can't even take them seriously. Wait, what? Oh man, I'm not even gonna click on the profile. It says, seeing that Hunter isn't a government employee, his legal woes aren't of any our concerns. When Hunter Biden was visiting China, Joe Biden was vice president. He was using his connection through his father in his business dealings. It's in his laptops. It's in the emails that you can get. You can find the photos on laptops on the internet. I found them. It's not that hard. You just gotta go look for this stuff. That's it. It's not that hard, man. Just look. There's no reason for the Biden family to even be to have accumulated all this money. What, off of book sales? But this is what I'm talking about. When you have such an emotional attachment to things, you are no longer using your logical brain because I said certain words, everyone had an emotional trigger. So when they say trigger, that's what they're talking about. And that's by design. You can go through basic training in military, you can train in different career fields, stuff like that. There's certain words that are designed to incite emotions in you, so you can have a certain reaction. Continue what this person says, but since you brought it up, let's do the Trumps. Does the Trump University scam or the stealing of kids' cancer funds ring any bells? Or is that just okie dokie business as usual? I said the corruption going on. I didn't even say it was about just for Trump or whatever. Because if there's illegal things Trump is doing, he should be arrested too. But guess what? We know there's no illegal things that Trump are doing, because if there actually was any credible evidence, they would have been locked his ass up and threw him away. Hell, they would have had an execution in the middle of DC on live stream for everybody to watch. You know this. They have done everything to get rid of this man. All that does is solidify more that he hasn't done anything, because they've been trying to do everything to get rid of him. They said, don't you see the hypocrisy here? It's funny because it's like, don't you see the hypocrisy in you? It makes me laugh. It makes me laugh. I don't take none of this seriously, because I know everyone's just having an emotional response. Because for everyone to go out of their way like this to come at me is wild. I don't know these people. My comment wasn't that serious. And it's not like my comment was so bad, worse than the other comments. I don't even know. I didn't even check out any other comments. I just kept scrolling down and seeing some comments, and I kept seeing everybody saying the same thing. I was like, wow, man, like, whether you want Trump or not, whether you like Trump or not, whether you like any president or not, we should all be concerned, because this is our country. This is where we live at, and something just ain't right about it. And people are like, oh, what about the Republicans? This and that. They're doing the corruption too. Well, guess what? That's a problem. Nobody should be corrupt. Why are all these people potentially being bought out? Supreme Court, justices, everybody. Doesn't matter. If anything, you should take the route where, hey, you know what? I'm just going to be suspicious of everybody for right now, because just something doesn't sit right. I don't know how you look and see Biden as the president of the United States and want that and just ignore everything else. But that's what happens when you're so pissed off about someone else. Look, this just keeps going on and on and on. This is all throughout the night. This is an hour ago. I'm at the gym this morning, like always, and bam, here it is. People still coming at me. So I wish I lacked critical thinking skills, dude. Some of you are living on an easy mode and just chilling with empty brain. Everybody's attacking me. I can't believe people think I don't have critical thinking skills. Oh my God. So this is a live reaction, because I didn't even see some of these comments. I haven't read some of this stuff. Yeah, I responded to a few things, and I can't even pinpoint the ones I did respond to, because this is hilarious to me. This is really hilarious to me. Is this how these celebrities feel when they get attacked and stuff? Like, man, God forbid that you just, I don't know, have a different opinion. My opinion is based on logic, not emotions. Trust me. Because I wasn't sure about Trump either in 2016. But I knew he wasn't exactly everything that they were claiming him to be, because if he was, they would have said all this stuff, I don't know, in the past decade. in the 90s and the 80s, they would have been talking about Trump. Nah, don't forget, Trump was a pop culture icon. He was on wrestling shows. He had his own TV show. Next thing you know, he runs for president. Everybody's pissed off at him all of a sudden. And see, stuff like that is suspicious to me, because when everybody's saying, oh, one person is bad, but we're going to ignore everybody else, that's when you be suspicious. And this is what I'm talking about. Some of these comments, people don't have any suspicion about anything. If anything, it's just say, hey, both things are shaky, Oh, man. I think I was going back and forth with this one person. Because what did she said, there is no one more corrupt than Trump. Wake up. So I said, so Trump is corrupt, but Biden is not? She said, reread my statement. I said, reread my comment. She's like, okay, yes, he is more corrupt. I don't get it all caps though, but wow. So I said, so you are saying Biden is corrupt as well? Just trying to clarify, because your statement, quote unquote statement, does not specifically mention Biden being corrupt. When you use the word quote unquote he, I do not know for certain who you are talking about. It's funny, man. It's funny. Because you can tell people are really pissed off. I don't understand that. How do you be pissed off about a person that you don't know at all? Like, there's no emotional attachment. And even as I'm talking and recording this video, I still keep getting more notifications. Oh my God, this shit is hilarious, man. Oh man, you know what? This might be a thing. I might start doing more videos like this. Yeah, I guess when I get commented on and stuff, whatever, I must have to do some videos like this. Because people are it just keeps going on and on, where they just talking about me. Saying different things. The corruption started 4 years ago. Now it's about to end. The corruption started 4 years ago. It probably started about 100 years ago, but whatever. Hell, I'll even give you a soft one. I mean, corruption was back when JFK got killed. You don't think they killed the president in the middle of the street, in the middle of the day? You don't think that's corruption involved? 9/11 kind of, iffy too. But also, understand this too as well. I have 440 likes to 109 comments. For the most part, all these comments are negative. But it's this number that stands out the most. The fact that there's more people liking this than, well, I guess I will never know because it's not a dislike button. So it's probably not a good metric of comparison as well. But it kind of gives you a little idea, if that makes sense. It just keeps going. It just keeps going. It just keeps going. It just keeps going. Oh, man. You got one person that says, nothing Democrats say has anything to do with common sense. Dems/liberals/socialists lack the power of the brain used for rational thought. It is easier to make up crap and repeat it 1,000 times, hoping it becomes true. Perfect example, repeated lying about Russia for 3 years. Yeah, I get what he's talking about. Definitely with the whole Russia thing. I don't want to call anybody stupid. And even in my comments, I didn't call anybody stupid. I don't want to insult anyone. Obviously I cuss. I don't even use cuss words on here because I want the message to get across. And I'm trying my best to avoid anything that will entice or incite any type of emotional response to anybody. So I don't even want to label any groups either. But I knew that somebody was going to call me a coon. I knew somebody was going to say I'm not black enough. And man, I'm trying to look for that one comment that the guy was saying that I was a poor representation of black people. Oh man, where is it at? Was it this guy? I think it was this guy. Yeah. It looked like he changed his profile picture. I'm pretty sure it was something different earlier today, whatever. And I said, I don't think, because my original comment, then this one person says, yes, that's how democracy works, bro. You vote to either keep or overthrow the president. Pick up a book. I don't think overthrow would be the good word. You vote really for the person that you want. That's it. It doesn't. You don't have to necessarily have a negative connotation that goes along with your vote. You just vote for the person that you want, that you like more. I don't think you can use the word overthrow in that sentence. But I get, overthrow means to bring the downfall of somebody. So I guess I can give you that. I don't know. I don't get I get what he's trying to say, but I still don't. That's not really how democracy works. And democracy favors the majority, not the minority. So that's why we're a democrat with public state. Yeah. And I said, I don't think you understand my comment, which goes on to, you making us look bad. LOL. Just accept the loss and move on. Trump lost. Use your common sense, not your imagination. Fair is fair. He lost. The more you accept it, you will feel better about yourself. Don't continue to embarrass us. Oh, man. Oh, man. I'm trying to find the rest of it. What else I could? Okay, this should be it. And I'm pretty sure I responded to him first, whatever. Oh, then he said, "Oh yeah, no," because he responded back to someone else in the thread. He said, "I don't think people is understanding what I meant. I'm not a Trump supporter. I'm telling him this because he represents black people, LOL, and he is making us look bad." Shaking my head, LOL. I said, I represent myself, so I'm not making quote unquote us look bad. I have no common sense, but I do have a brain that understands logic. I also have morals and values. I do not support the results of an election when there is obvious cheating. That's it. That's it. He said, I hear you. Well, you just keep up and let your imagination run wild with the rest of them. No need for me to go back and forth with you. Nah, no, because I'm not into identity politics. I'm not into I'm black, you're white, this stuff like that. Because once again, you ignore a minority. I am my own individual person. My thoughts are my own. My beliefs are my own. My response is my own. I'm not programmed. I'm not conditioned. I've been in the process of deprogramming myself for years, if not since I was a kid. If I ever even bought into the majority of this stuff. And as I'm still going now, talking now, I'm still getting notifications of people probably just ranting and raving against me. But to sit here and think, and this is what goes along, like just because of my skin complexion, I need to identify with everybody else that considers themselves to have the same skin complexion as me. So we're all supposed to be in groupthink, walk, talk, shit, eat, think the same. Nah, guy, I'm good. I'm good. I'm a representation of myself. If anything, maybe you can say I'm a representation of my kids. Maybe I'm a representation of my parents. I don't know. It's insane though, but you still have some people here that it says this one guy saying it is far from being over. The ballots will be counted on January 6th. Nevada, Georgia, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, Arizona GOP electors choose Trump. Tie goes to President of the Senate, who is, wait for it, Mike Pence. Please don't burn buildings, riot, or murder when Trump is elected. Optimistic until the bitter end. From another person. My thing is this though. What we're witnessing here is a failure in our democratic republic, a failure in the elections, complete corruption, all these things, Dominion voting machines, all the different software being used. These are things that are done in third world countries. Understand your history, understand military operations overseas, understand how coups are done overseas. And if you understand that, you can see how obvious and directly correlated the things that are done overseas by our government to other countries' elections and governments is being done here. They literally took the technology and the schemes and plots and plans they do overseas, perfected it, and brought it over here. That's all they're doing. If you pay attention to world history, if you pay attention to world events, you can see all this. And all this lets me know is that not majority, but some of these people are not actually paying attention. It's not about critical thinking, even though that does play a part. But in order to critical think, you need to pay attention first. Pay attention and listen. It's something that I reiterate every day to my kids. You have to pay attention and listen to what people are saying. People will tell you exactly who they are through their words and through their actions. We know exactly what type of person Trump is. We know exactly what type of person Biden is if you're paying attention. They're telling you what they are. Trump is a businessman. He is not afraid to maybe do some loopholes in the business and law. When people talk about, oh, he's not paying his taxes, guess what? No one should pay taxes. It's un-American. It's unpatriotic. I shouldn't be giving the government my money. My fault. The government should be taking my money that I earned for. But people are so caught up in emotions, because once you get caught up in emotions, you're no longer thinking clearly because your emotions take over. You need to have a balance of emotions and reasoning, logic, whatever you want to call it. You need to have a balance of those things. Now, unless you have a balance of those things, you will always be lost and confused in this world. We are in this reality, this physical dimension, this simulated virtual game, wherever you want to call it. We are in this reality and having this human experience so we can learn and grow through the perspective of a human being. And part of that is understanding that we have emotions. And if we are not in check with our emotions and in tune with our emotions and keep our emotions in balance, our emotions will run rampant and make us do things and say things and think things that we don't actually necessarily agree with. People in here calling me a coon are saying that I'm a coon. People messaging me, telling me I'm a bitch, telling me I'm weird. Why would you do that to a person that you don't know at all? And that's what I'm talking about. Emotional responses. Triggered. Giving emotional reactions to a complete stranger. So I just had to show y'all that because really thought it was interesting. Had a good time laughing about it. Still laughing about it. Yes. This shit is hilarious to me. And I'll be honest with you, I didn't think I'll laugh this much about it. I was always nervous about saying certain things like this out in public, in a public forum on the internet. I mean, I'll say it to my friends and I'll say it around whoever and stuff, but to say it in a public forum on the internet, because, you know, people don't have the same tension if you say it to their face. Because on the internet, you ain't got to worry about no heated emotion exchanges or a possible physical interaction or anything like that. You see on the internet, you go away, you know, everybody's keyboard warriors. But I thought it would have some effect on me, but I'm kind of proud of myself that I didn't let it get to me. And to be honest with you, it's just because it was just so much. It was just so much. I was like, I don't even have time to necessarily not feel anything because I'm like, oh man, this and that and that. I'm like, oh man, you're not using your brain, bro. No critical thinking skills. Oh, look at this dude. He's a bad representation of black people and all that stuff. I'm like, wow. This is what people will say about you, regardless of whether they actually know you. These people have no idea who I am. They know nothing about my character. They know nothing about my background. They know nothing about my history. They have no clue who I am and why I think the way I think at all. They have no idea about my history, my military experience. They don't even know if I'm in the military. They don't know what job I have. They don't even know if I'm even working in the government. They have no clue. It doesn't matter to them. All they want to do is sit here and have an emotional response. That's it. Look at this. Still more. Oh, this is like a nice little meme. Oh man, so many people, man. And then also shout out to the people that did show appreciation to what I said, and even shout out to the people who didn't like my comment, who didn't agree with it, but didn't bother to leave a negative comment either, because I respect those people and I appreciate those people too, that they can see something that they don't agree with and don't feel like they have to lash out at this person. They can go off on side and have a conversation with someone around them or somebody else, wherever the case may be, but they don't have to directly dispute my comment. So I appreciate those people as well. It's crazy, right? Because basically, let's be civil towards each other, right? Nah, everybody's up in emotions. But I appreciate you watching the video. If you even lasted this long, I really appreciate that too. Always come back to the channel for more content. Check out the links in the description for my podcast and also for my website. So until next time,